from LaGuardia to Richmond. Get that going. I'll just get the video set up real quick. Alright, that's all set up. Let's fix Twitch and we'll be all set. Alright, good. Alright, so we're going to be going LaGuardia, Richmond. I got to find the weather in LaGuardia. We'll quickly read that out just for flight planning purposes. LaGuardia, ATIS information, November. 11:51 Zulu, 320 at 7 knots, 10 statute miles, fuel 20, fuel 25, 18 at 4 is the temp and due, 30:17. ILS 22 approaching, use departing 31. Alright, so we're out 31. Let's find out what gate the plane took off from. So 80. Gate 80. Gate 80? Yeah, 81. 81. Alright, so we got 81, LaGuardia 7, runway 31, that's good. See what the real one did. They did white Q409 tripod Jamie was the routing. Let's see what they're white. Jersey. The hell's white? I gotta find white. Let me see if I can just look at the routing here. It's the coastal routing. That looks right. And then they don't have, let's see. White 409 tripod Jamie. Yeah, I don't need an arrival on there. See what runway they're using in Richmond. Let's see, what's the weather doing? 180, 10 statute miles. So it's gonna be, what was it, 180? Is that what I said? 1803. Plan 16. Spider 516, maybe. What's that? Mall, Zuma, Dixon. That's probably better routing there. We'll do that. See, they're not even in yet. We'll do vectors off. I'll do this. And then we'll do maybe no arrival. And we'll do that. We'll do a direct leg on there. Looks like what they got. And then we'll do automatic. Let's see what we want. Plan of our ILS 16. Plan that. Let's see. 240. Altitude. Alright, we're going to be 5064. Weight balance. Let's cut the fuel down quite a bit here. Plenty of fuel there. That looks pretty good. Let's hit that. Okay, looks good. I think that's good. Hopefully. See what we get for this. We'll do first flight of day. First flight of day checks. It's a good picture of LaGuardia. I want to save that one. No, it didn't load any of the buildings yet, so it's not a great picture. Right. See if the buildings will load in here. This one takes a while loading the buildings, so hopefully they load in. Yeah, they're starting to come in slowly. Gotta wait for that to load in. There we go, buildings loaded in.
Ground Endeavour 5064, could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
Endeavour 5064, the jetway is going to be connected.
Alright, good, so go cold and dark. Alright, we'll come in. Hydraulic pumps are off. Nozzle steering is off. Gears down. Spoiler stowed. Flap stowed. Parking brake. Emer flaps are good. Alright, we put some power to the aircraft. And I did ask for power. Get the power cart coming in. Alright, we're going to check the electrics here. It's available. Okay. Got good battery voltage. Do a fire test. 5, 3, and 3. That's good. Alright, we'll hook the ground power up. Get IRSs aligned. I need to change this to realistic. That's good. Plan for that. That looks good. Alright, good. Alright, database looks good. Grab one of the GPSs there. And unfortunately, I gotta use the map because we're gonna be doing different than what I had. Trying to see what airway that's on. See if I can do what they did, and I think it might be the one. There's white. Q409. To TRPOD. And then to Jamie. Richmond. See what that looks like here. White, Q409 to tripod. Okay, so let's see what that actually looks like. That looks like white. Vils, do we have Vils? No, this is different. Shit, I gotta figure out what airway this is then. Yeah, I gotta go the same airway they put me on in game here, so that's annoying. Alright. Alright, let's see. We'll go to brand, and I gotta find out where brand is on. Brand. Stop, stop, stop. Jesus. I want to let me do brand. It's gotta be this 41 here. Nope, that's not it. Let's do this. Stop. Clear that out. Stop. That should let me reset the database, but it's not gonna do it. Let's see. There we go. Alright, I gotta find, what the fuck? Why is it going to that one that's 2,000 miles away? It's not asking me anymore for it, so it's weird too. Joe Poe, huh? Alright. What is it doing? Why is it going 2,000 miles away? Does it not know where the fuck I am? Should know where the hell I am here. No, it's probably because the irises aren't aligned yet. Maybe that's it. Doesn't like that either. Alright. Clear it, please. Should be able to hold that button and have it clear, but it won't do it in game, so. Yeah, something doesn't like this for some reason. Yeah, it takes a while to load the assets. How's it going there, Daniel? Good to see you. Let me try Joe Poe and see what happens. Why is it doing? See, this is all screwed up. It's showing me like thousands of miles away, 2,900 miles. I don't get what the hell it's doing. What the fuck is this doing? I'm just gonna try to plant it to white, see what happens. Be close enough for government work. Alright. Okay. This is like, You'd think in Flight Sim they'd let you put in actually flight plan properly, but it's not going to let you do it, so it's a pain in the ass when it does that. Alright, we'll put that flight plan in. That's better. Alright. I'll just say screw it to whatever flight plan the game gave me. That's nonsense. Alright, that's good. Let's go ahead and keep working here. I got the rest of the box programmed here. Likely LaGuardia 7 off 3-1. Don't know which climb they would have me do because I'd need the clearance for that. You grab clearance.
Ground Endeavor 5064 ready to copy IFR clearance to Richmond.
Endeavor 5064 is cleared to Richmond Airport as filed. Take off runway tree 1 climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure frequency is 124.45 squawk 4015.
Endeavor 5064 cleared to Richmond Airport is filed. Take off runway tree 1 climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure on 124.45 squawk 4015.
Endeavor 5064 readback is correct. Contact ground on 121.85 when ready to taxi. Good day.
Alright, let's see. 240. Fuel's going to be 5520. Leave the rest empty there. Alright, flight plans in. Wait for the IRSs to align. I gotta go through the rest of my stuff here. Alright, let's go. Alright, nav, logo coming on. Alright, we'll do the hydraulic test. So we do a disconnect. Make sure we get the disconnect. Go back to the hydraulic page here. Check for pressures quantities, temperatures. Check for depletion. Get depletion. Alright. 3A comes on. 3A repressurizes. We're good for the first flight of hydraulic test. That should be whatever Richmond's going to be for altitude. Let's check that real quick. Looking at 168 feet, so we'll do 180. That's 120, 40, 60, 80, 180. Okay, that's good. What's the temperature outside? Temperature outside is 18, so you don't need cargo heat. Windshields can go to low. Seatbelt signs coming on. Testing the EMER lights. EMER lights are tested. Be my leg. We'll do a quick stall test. One I always forget is ice detector test. Alright, ADS test is good. That's good. Alright. Anti-skid. Gear bay overheat. Overheat test. Good. TCAS test. We'll do CVR test.
TCAS system test okay.
Alright, CVR test is good. Not gonna bother with the masks. Step trim mock. Iris still lining. I'm not gonna worry about the trims. Iris still lining, so no yaw damp yet. Alright, that pretty much gets those tests done for now. We're gonna hold on that. See what that ding just was. I don't know what that ding was. Now spin that APU. Alright, service door is done. The cargo's done. Alright, IRSs have a line, so we can do yaw damp. Alright, yaw damp's good. Now we'll check our messages, see if there's anything I don't like. Alright, good. The pitot heats came on. That's all good. APU's up. That's good. Alright, we can get rid of the ground power. Alright, do a quick brief here. Go through the box. I checked the box myself, so I'm not going to screw with it. Go ahead and do a brief here. Alright, we're LaGuardia. We're sitting on 8-1 for the gate. Taking off for runway 31. So likely we'll push off 81. We'll go up 16 Bravo in the spot. Taxi up 16 Alpha. We'll contact ground. Likely Alpha Zulu to 3-1. There's a little bit of a line, so actually we'd probably go Alpha November Bravo 3-1. 7,002 feet of runway available. I'm just gonna figure out my own departure on here because they don't actually give it to you in game. So LaGuardia 7, runway 31. 3-1 climbing 314 up to 5,000. They gave us 10,000 in the game, so we'll just go with that. All right, 314. Should have gone this way. There we go. Ah, come on. All right, 314 in the heading. We are going to. Let's see. We're not filed over any of the fixes we have to worry about. The speed restriction, so no speed restriction up to 10,000. If we do lose an engine, off of runway 31, we'll climb via the SID 1100, retract flaps, MCT, and climb, so that's good. Runway 22 lead-off marking, off center line obscured. That's the only thing we've got for NOTAMs, so no NOTAMs to really worry about there. Taxi with 2 engines and APU off, short taxi. And that's about all I've got for a brief. Check, make sure I got everything done. Fire, hydraulics, ice detector, emergency lights, stall, CVR, oxygen mask. Main landing gear overheat, anti-skid, TCAS done, aileron, trim rudder, PA, fuel check valve will be done when we start. That's good. I'll take a pre-flight checklist. Interior and exterior inspection complete. Flight release sign set. Circuit breakers checked. Oxygen mask checked. Battery master is on. Hydraulic panel set. Pressurization set. Windshield heat's low. Passenger signs on. ICAS check. Flight nav instruments checked. Altimeters. Let's get that real quick. I'll go off the actual ATIS going on in LaGuardia now. 3017. Alright, 3017. $3017. $3017 cross check. Nose wheel steering's off. Thrust reverse arm. Radar transponder ASP flight ID. Radar is off. Parking brakes at flight 10 brief complete. Departure brief complete. Logbook curator on board. Fuel required. We'll just make up the numbers. We'll say 5.0, 5.5 on board. Pre-flight checklist complete. Alright, that's done. Alright, let's start getting rid of some jet bridge. Gate agent comes and asks if we're ready to have jet bridge removed. We are.
Ground Endeavour 5064, could you please disconnect the jetway from the aircraft?
Alright, they send us our numbers, so we'll spin those numbers in. We'll do flaps 20. Set those. 7.3. 7.3. Alright, let's check the plane. Sure, we got close, close, close. That can go. Flight attendant asks if ready for the door close. We are. Comes the door closing.
Captain, the cabin is secure.
Alright, doors page is good.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and crew, welcome aboard
Witness
this
marks
flight.
are good.
We hope you enjoy flying with us.
Alright, pushback checklist. Doors closed, flight deck door closed, lock fuel pumps on transponder is to 1. Pushback check is complete. That's good, alright.
Ground Endeavour 5064 requesting pushback.
Alright, beacons on.
Endeavour 5064 pushback
Brake release,
request accepted.
steering is off. Pushback is approved. Spot 16 Bravo. We got this big construction area here, so try not to push into that. Push straight back. Big tug for this one. Alright, here we go. Alright, we're clear to start. We'll start the first left engine for first flight of the day.
Ground Endeavour 5064 requesting the end of pushback.
Endeavour 5064 request to end pushback received.
Your parking brake set. Clear to disconnect.
Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention as we display the safety features and procedures of the aircraft in case of an emergency.
Alright.
During an emergency,
Do first flight today.
please
Fuel
remain
check
in your
valve.
seats with your seatbelt
Test.
fastened and your seats in the upright
Pump,
position.
press. We're good there. Alright.
In case of a drop in cabin pressure, breathing masks will drop from the ceiling and should be placed over
Alright,
your
we'll start
head.
number 2.
If there is smoke in the cabin during the evacuation of the aircraft, the walkway emergency lights will display to the exits, which are located here and here. In case of an extreme emergency landing, you will be instructed to get into the brace position, which is executed by placing your head between your knees with your hands over your head. We would also like to remind you that you should turn off all electronic devices. We thank you for paying attention during this brief presentation.
Get track IR set up here. We're finished with that. Alright, there we go. Track IR is on. Alright, it's a good start. Alright, engine's taking the load. DC is good. APU's coming off. Right, watch your leg. Watch your feet, rather. Alright, F-start checklist. Fuel pumps set. Bleed air conditioning pedal set. Anti-ice is off. Probes are on. Electrics check. Nozzle steering is on. F-start check is complete. Alright, good. Alright, flaps 20. Alright, it's going to be flaps 20, V1 is 126, VR 127, V2 is 137, bug-in 147, VTO is 193, flaps 8, trim 7.3. Sounds good to me. Alright. Alright, we can go ahead and do the flight control test over there. Do the taxi check here, seeing that we are got a short taxi. Taxi checklist. Flaps are 20, 20, and 20. Takeoff speed set. Thrust is set. Trim centered 7.3. Flight controls check. Taxi checklist complete. Alright, good. Go ahead and call a ramp and get out of here. Which in this case is ground.
Ground Endeavour 5064 with Kilo ready to taxi IFR.
Endeavour 5064 taxi to and hold short of runway tree 1 using taxiway 16 Alpha Zulu. Contact tower on 118.7 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway tree 1 via taxiway 16 Alpha Zulu Endeavour 5064.
Give the flight attendants just a second. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure. Alright, runway 31 full length. Be the LaGuardia 7. First fix is white. Going to be heading mode, heading at 314 up to 10,000. No speed restriction. Min fuel is 5.0. We get 5.5 on board. For takeoff checklist. Flaps are 20, 20. Takeoff config. Okay, flight attendants notified. Knowledge fuel cross flows manual. APU and bleeds are off and open. Ignition is off. Anti-ice off. Brake temperature checked. FMS is auto tune. ICAS check clear. Radar terrain. I don't have radars on or terrain on, but let's do it. Can't see. Terrain. Terrain. Runway departure first fix. Verified takeoff brief is complete. For takeoff checklist complete. Alright.
Tower Endeavour 5064 ready for IFR departure runway tree 1.
Endeavour 5064 altimeter tree 0.17 wind tree 2 tree at 7. Cleared for takeoff runway tree 1.
Alright, clear for takeoff 3-1.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree 1 Endeavour 5064.
Alright, clear to go. Runway 3-1. Set thrust. Thrust set. Heading checks. Heading out. Checks. V1, rotate. Pause rate. Gear up. Speed mode. Heading mode. Heading climb. Hand fly for a little bit.
Endeavour 5064 contact New York departure on 124.45.
Over departure, we'll see.
Good day.
It's amazing how sensitive this is compared to the real plane.
Going to 124.45 Endeavour 5064.
Too much to do here.
New York departure Endeavour 5064 is passing 1,500 feet, climbing 10,000 feet.
Endeavour 5064 New York
Flap
departure
seat.
altimeter tree
Flat
0.17
thrust.
radar contact continue.
Come on, come on. Trim. Trim sucks in game, it really does. Flaps up. Let's take autopilot. Afters when able. Take off track IR. I'm just going to do the flight plan that's supposed to be. There is Manhattan. No, that's not Manhattan. This is Manhattan. There's Central Park here. This is over by Teterboro. This is Jersey. Let me get that after it's done. After I got
Endeavor 5064, contact New York Center on 121.125. Good day.
21, 1.25. Let's see.
121.125, Endeavor 5064. Goodbye. New York Center, Endeavor 5064 is passing 8,600 feet, climbing 10,000 feet.
Endeavor 5064, New York Center, altimeter 30.17, radar contact. Continue to brand.
Let's take that as a white.
Endeavor 5064, climb and maintain 16,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 16,000 feet, Endeavor 5064.
Endeavor 5064, contact New York departure on 124.45. Good day.
Going to 124.45, Endeavor 5064.
How much do you want to climb here? Jesus Christ. Oh, we're light, that's why. We're climbing at 3,000 something feet per minute here. Come on, do it. I hated how it does both the zoom and the
New York departure, Endeavor
like I'm trying to
5064
spin my
is at
switches.
10,900 feet, climbing 16,000 feet.
Endeavor 5064, New York departure, altimeter 30.17, radar contact. Continue to brand. Endeavor 5064, contact New York Center on 133.15. Good day.
Going to 133.15, Endeavor 5064.
We're very light, so we're climbing very fast. There's Manhattan. Got Newark up off our nose. We'll try not to look at it so we don't puke. There's Teterboro.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now serving sandwiches.
That's out of 15 for 16,000. It's got an alt cap going anyway.
New York Center, Endeavor 5064, 15,900 feet.
Endeavor 5064, New York Center, altimeter 30.17, radar contact. Continue to brand.
In the climb. In the climb.
Endeavor 5064, climb and maintain flight level 220.
220.
Climb and maintain flight level 220, Endeavor 5064.
220 vertical speed.
New York Center Cessna November 0906 Alpha 9,000 feet. Airbus 255 climb and maintain flight level 210. Airbus 10 Hotel contact New York Center on 124.625. Good day. Cessna November 0906 Alpha New York Center altimeter tree 0.19 radar contact continue. Climb and maintain flight level 210 Airbus 255.
Alright, I got 40 minutes en route, so pretty quick flight.
124.625 Airbus 10 Hotel. Goodbye.
Alright, climb checklist. Altimeter, stand across check, climb check is complete.
New York Center Airbus November 9er 4321 is at flight level 255 climbing flight level 260. Endeavor 5064 climb and maintain flight level 240.
240, that should be
Airbus November
final.
9er 4321 New York Center radar contact. Continue to Mike X-ray Echo.
Climb and maintain flight level 240 Endeavor
Speed.
5064.
New York Center Cessna November 429er Tree Sierra is at flight level 245 climbing flight level 250. Cessna November 429er Tree Sierra New York Center radar contact. Continue to Hotel Foxtrot Delta. Cessna 06 Alpha, you are 300 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 9,000 feet altimeter tree 0.19er. Cessna 72 Quebec, you are 300 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 7,000 feet altimeter tree 0.19er. Cessna 8 Tree
Auto,
Victor, you are
230 for
300 feet above your
240.
assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet altimeter
Alright,
tree
Mach.
0.20. Descend and maintain 9,000 feet Cessna 06 Alpha. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet Cessna 8 Tree Victor. Descend and maintain 7,000 feet Cessna 72 Quebec.
We're looking at here.
Cessna
Direct crosswind.
079er, you are 60 miles east. Descend and maintain 6,000 feet.
Do a quick
to
fuel
Cessna
check
Center,
here.
Eagle Runway 23 approach.
2400. We're pretty low on fuel going in there. I ran us a little bit lean on fuel, but we're good. 2000 below. We have to do
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet.
declare
Expect
min
vector
fuel, but
visual
we're above
runway
min
23,
fuel, so we'll be
approach
good.
Cessna 079er.
That's with an approach in there, so we'll be all right. Pretty quick flight. Right, we got 37 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'll be in the back real quick. Allie, don't expect a smooth ride for a little bit here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the fasten seatbelt sign. We do SWRC that you keep your seatbelts fastened about you. Thank you. Should be arriving in Richmond in about 36 minutes. So sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. Thanks. Alright, good. PA's done. Alright, let's see. Start briefing. No arrival going in here. So let's put a ring in there.
Endeavor 5064 acknowledge last transmission.
What do you say?
Cessna 079er, you are 300 feet above
28.3
your
she
assigned
gave me.
altitude. Descend and maintain 6,000 feet altimeter tree 0.20. Airbus 255 contact New York Center on 121.125. Good day. Descend and maintain 6,000 feet Cessna 079er.
128 decimal tree, Endeavour 5064.
It's not going to let me put in a
Goodbye.
ring.
New York Center, Endeavour 5064,
Well, let me
flight
put
level
a ring along
240.
track.
Endeavour 5064, New York Center, radar contact.
That's something I
Continue
should be
land.
able to do, but it's not letting me do it here. Let's try it with just Rich. Oh, I wonder if it's going to screw me because I'm not actually going to brand. Let's try something real quick. I think we'll be alright. We'll see if it screws me or not. Brand's right there. We're close to it, so hopefully it doesn't screw me. I think it'll be fine. So I should be able to put in Richmond with a 30-mile ring on it. Let's try Rick / -30. No, it won't let me do it. Put a fix. Richmond. That's a plus. See what I can do to get this fix in there that I want. Alright, that's the ring. So I'll just put the ring in there. That's going to give me a ring around there where I need to descend, so that's fine. So, I'm going to do it manually. It's just for situational awareness anyway. Not a big deal. Alright, so we have no arrival into Richmond. We are planning on the ILS 16. Let's quickly look at the weather in Richmond. Weather is winds calm, 10 statute miles, so it'll be a visual. Few at 13,000, broken at 30,000. Temperature and dew is 1712. 3024 is the meter. Winds calm, so I've got us in for an ILS 16. So we'll do that. ILS 16, Richmond, Virginia, 11-2, 29 September 23, effective 5 October. 10-7 is the final approach frequency, or is the localizer frequency. 7. Alright, 10.7.
Endeavour 5064, contact Washington Center on 124.775. Good day.
775, eh? How's it going there, Al?
Endeavour 5064. Goodbye.
Ah, lovely. Yeah, I gotta do my graphs later too.
Washington Center, Endeavour 5064, flight level 240.
Endeavour 5064, Washington Center, radar contact. Continue to Best Eye.
Alright, let's see. Alright, we'll finish briefing here. Final approach course 157. Glide slope intercepted 5 August 2500. DA is, MDA is not going to be required. It's going to be a visual 180, and the pressure is good. We get airport elevation 168. MSA is off the Richmond VOR, 2,600 on the west side, 2,000 on the east side. Missed approach, we'll try to get with the tower, get a vector and straight back in. Published missed approach, climb 2,000, direct the HP W VOR and hold. Put in 2,000 for a missed approach altitude. No obstacles really. There's one off to the west. Fly bug 2,500 for glide slope intercept. Tapping the left Malisaires for lights. We'll land on runway 16, 9,003 feet of runway. Let's see what the runway available is. Runway available 9,003. Plenty of runway. Plan on a right turn off on hotel. Taxi hotel, maybe right Lima Echo, cross runway 2 to the gate. Gate's gonna be... Alright, so I'd send for my gate. Gate's gonna come up as Bravo 12, so let's see where that is. Bravo 12 is on the back side there. Alright, so Bravo 12 is my gate. Alright, Bravo 12. Alright, so Echo cross to slight left turn on Alpha, and then we'll come around for Bravo 12. As far as NOTAMs are concerned,
128.3
at Alpha, centerline markings between Victor and Echo are not standard. We don't have to worry about those.
Endeavour 5064, contact Washington Center on 125.45. Good day.
45.
125.45, Endeavour 5064. Goodbye.
Looks like we're coming up on Norfolk here. Maybe. Just give it a quick look. 125. Oh, I did 124, 125, 45. I had one clicked off. There we go.
Washington Center, Endeavour 5064, flight level 240.
Endeavour 5064, Washington Center, radar contact, continue.
Well, we'll continue, alright. Alright, we'll set our V speeds here. We'll just do it manually. The game is funky putting these in. I should be able to do that and get a cursor, but
42 Juliet, contact Washington Center
that's
on
not how it would do it, so
124.775. Good day.
you just do it like this. 134 is going to be VREF. Got the approach in there already.
Going to 124.775 Cessna 42 Juliet.
134 and 139 at 5 bug. Confirm, execute that. That's in. Speeds are in. Alright, go ahead and go back and talk to flight attendants. How's it going in the back there? Any special? Okay, let's see. Send in range here. And I'll be in the back. Say goodbye to you. Yeah, we should be arriving in Richmond in about 30 minutes. Flight attendants, please pay the cabin for arrival. Seatbelt signs back on. Alright. Wish I could put Richmond 30 in here. This is being weird, the game. The game won't let me do this, so what I should be able to do is Richmond / 30. I should be able to make a point. That's a plus 30. Put a point on top of Richmond. It says along track waypoint not allowed. That's something you could do IRL. It won't let me do it here, so I don't know what the deal is with that. So I have a ring in there. I have a fixed ring in there. So I want to be down to about 10,000 or 11,000 here. See what I can do. I think the game should do alright getting me there, but it's kind of funky. I can just use the 5 bug as kind of my guidance there. That's just a technique thing anyway.
Endeavour 5064, contact Washington Center on 132.05.
3205.
One 132.05, Endeavour 5064. Goodbye.
Washington Center, Daher, November 68.
Washington Center, Endeavour 5064, flight
I'm
level
doing a
240.
fuel check, seeing we're kind of on the edge of
Endeavour
fuel here.
5064,
2380.
Washington Center, radar contact, continue.
I'll put in for Jamie.
MS 6906, contact Washington Center on 132.55.
Let's do
Good day.
10,000 for Jamie. Execute that.
Washington Center, generic November 6749, retrieve.
That gets up to 2,000. I'll ask for a descent.
Generic November 6749, retrieve Washington Center, altimeter tree 0.20, radar contact, continue. One 132.55, Airbus 6906. Goodbye.
We got, let's see, where's 5 bug? 5 bug's over here going into 1-6.
Generic 49er tree, you are 300 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet, altimeter tree 0.22.
Plan out a little bit of fuel here, let's see.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet, generic 49er tree.
What's that showing right now? That's showing 17. What 5 bug looks like here. Still, or Jamie rather, is what I want. Still not too bad. Get myself a little bit of fuel just because it game's not great at doing this, so I just bumped my fuel up again because I don't have a proper flight planner, so I don't know what my fuel burn is going to be until I get in the air, so I'm going to have to guess it. We'd be fine, but I'd have to declare minimum fuel, and I don't want to do that.
Endeavour 5064, contact Washington Center on 132.55. Good day. Generic 49er tree, contact Washington Center on 125.45. Good day.
Going to 132.55, Endeavour 5064. Washington Center, Endeavour 5064, flight level 240.
Endeavour 5064, Washington Center, radar contact, continue to cipher.
Where's Cypher? See if that gets me closer. YFER.
Airbus 19er X-ray contact Washington Center on 127.7. Good day.
Go to Cipher. No, we're just paralleling the course, it's fine.
Going to 127.7 Airbus 19er X-ray.
I'll actually go to Cipher to do that. I'm using the flight plan that the actual plane took, so I gotta see. I'll put in the rest here just to make it easy. Shotgun. Execute that. BB oboe. And we'll go Richmond. There we go. Alright. To give us a little bit more of a straight path in there. Because this is where the actual plane took, and they went in on 3-4. We're going to go in and land on 1-6, so makes a little more sense to go this way. If they were changing runways, they would just give us a routing change anyway, so I'll just routing changes. See if I can make a ring on shotgun. I doubt it. Not letting me do rings. Or it's not letting me do, yeah, see, it's not allowing me to make my own waypoints, which is kind of gross. Let's say shotgun, I want to be at 11,000 or 10,000. So let's get a descent out of them. What's that going to be? 14,000.
Washington Center Endeavour 5064. Request 14,000 feet.
Endeavour 5064 descend and maintain flight level 180. Expect 14,000 feet.
Descend and maintain flight level 180. Expect 14,000 feet. Endeavour 5064. Washington Center Endeavour 5064. Request 10,000 feet.
Endeavour 5064 descend and maintain flight level 180. Expect 10,000 feet.
Alright, so what I'm doing here is descending, so it's shotgun, the difference between shotgun and going pretty much in there. You can see the mileage, and I'm just trying to get it, you know, it's 37 miles, so that gives me time to descend. Just planning ahead so that we can get my descent. And if you had an arrival, you descend via the arrival. I don't have an arrival right now, so I kind of have to make it up myself.
Cessna 742 descend and maintain 7,000 feet.
Just for planning purposes, to make sure we don't have to slam dunk too much.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet, Cessna 742.
I like to go direct to Firebug, I might just do that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go to Firebug. Actually, we'll go to CFDTG.
Endeavour 5064 contact Washington Center on 133.9er. Good day.
33.9er, we'll see you.
Going to 133.9er Endeavour 5064. Washington Center Endeavour 5064 is passing flight level 205, descending flight level 180.
Endeavour 5064 Washington Center radar contact. Continue to cipher. Endeavor 5064 descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
There we go. There's the altitude I wanted.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, Endeavor 5064.
10,000. Alright, what is the meter there? 324. Okay. So between shotgun and Firebug, I need to lose 7,500 feet. So got plenty of time to do it. All right, what was it? 3024. 3024. All right. Descent checklist. Altimeters, 3024 cross-check minimums, visual not required. Landing data is going to be flash 45, 139. Approach is complete, seatbelt signs on pressurization. Descent check is complete. Okay.
Endeavor 5064, contact Washington Center on 132.55.
Alright, we're going back to 55, eh?
Going to 132.55, Endeavor 5064.
I feel like the game
Washington
would keep
Center,
having me
Endeavor
go on that
5064
planned
is at
route.
15,600 feet,
It's,
descending 10,000 feet.
The real controls would start setting me up for the
Endeavor
approach. So.
5064 Washington Center,
Like I'm
altimeter
doing.
30.2 tree radar contact. Continue to SHTGN.
That's why I kind of amended the
Descend
plan.
and maintain 10,000 feet, Cessna 982.
Because, like, for example, the flight plan has me going direct to Richmond. There's no point in me going over the top of Richmond. They would have me go to the initial approach fix. So that's what I've got us going, is to the initial approach fix. So.
Going to 118.75 Cessna 982.
Then we have Firebug here showing, or we're going to CFDTG, which is 3,100. So you can see what the rate would be. It'd be 1,100 feet per minute to make that. So I can start slowing up the rate. And then I'll request it. Or they'll give it to me. They'll give it to me, it's not a big deal. Game is late on descents, so I often have to kind of take charge and do them because the game is very late on descents. So, game will keep you high because they have to be able to do both Cessna 172s and jets. So, they're a little late on that stuff.
Washington Center, Cessna November 121 Tree Sierra 9,000 feet. Cessna November 121 Tree Sierra, Washington Center, altimeter 30.
So if this gets around 2,000, I'll ask for a descent early. They're gonna descend me late. See if they give me the actual Potomac approach.
Cessna 88 Delta contact Washington Center on 118.75. Good day.
So there's that ring I put in, the 30-mile ring. That tells me I'm 30 out. So I want to be around 10,000, 30 miles out. Smaller airports that don't have arrivals, you kind of have to do that yourself. Out of 11,000, 10,000.
Washington Center Airbus November 9er 768
Might have
Romeo
the field in
passing
sight.
flight level tree 05, climbing flight level tree 10.
Hard to tell.
Airbus November 9er 768
it's
Romeo
this
Washington
here,
Center
not sure.
radar contact continue.
Could be this one here too, I don't know. It's hard to tell because the game won't render them in and I can't see any objects. I think Richmond's right by the river too, so I think it's probably more likely that. But I can't tell. Not from out here. If I'm remembering Richmond correctly. Yeah, Richmond's right near the river. So. Good traffic below us. Let's see where they're at. 2,600. There's probably more right there. I don't know. I can't tell. Yeah, I think that's it right there. I'm not sure.
Endeavour 5064 contact Potomac approach on 118.2.
No, that's not
Good
the real
day.
frequency.
.2 Endeavour 5064. Goodbye. Potomac approach Endeavour 5064 10,000 feet.
Endeavour 5064 Potomac approach altimeter tree 0.2 for radar contact. Continue to Bravo. Endeavour 5064 descend and maintain 2,800 feet. Cessna 195 contact Potomac approach on 126.75. Good day.
Descend and maintain 2,800 feet Endeavour 5064.
Going to 126.75 Cessna 195.
Yep, that's the field there, I believe.
Endeavour 5064 contact Washington Center on 132.55.
Again,
Good
back
day.
to Washington again.
Going to 132.55
Vertical
Endeavour
speed.
5064. Washington Center Endeavour 5064 is at 9,800 feet, descending 2,800 feet.
Endeavour 5064 Washington Center altimeter tree 0.2 for radar contact. Continue to Bravo. Endeavour 5064 contact Potomac approach on 118.2. Good day.
Be back and forth on frequencies all day here. They'd lead me on
118.2 Endeavour
approach.
5064.
Screw me back
Goodbye.
and forth all day like they're doing.
Potomac approach Endeavour
I'll go to
5064
approach
is
and
at
come back.
9,000
Pretty
feet,
silly.
descending 2,800
Alright, we got
feet.
blue preview needles here.
Endeavour 5064 Potomac approach altimeter 30.2 for radar contact. Continue to Bobo.
Continue to Bobo. You're not going to Bobo, but I'm going to go ahead and straighten 10 bugs so we can go to heading in a minute. Yeah, what do we need? 1400. Going. We're descending well. Alright, approach checklist. Flight nav instruments. Verified. I didn't do cabin notification. We'll do that. Cabin notification complete. Approach check is complete. Field's behind the post there. Go ahead and fix track IR and I'll go to that. Alright, track IR is on. Field's over here.
Endeavour 5064, you are 18 miles north. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 16 approach via Fybug transition. Clear to Fybug.
Alright, we're clear. 5-bug.
Endeavour 5064, you are 17 miles north of Richmond. Contact Richmond Tower on 121.1 when inbound.
Tower on 121.1, Endeavour 5064.
I thought I hit execute. Did I hit execute? I hit execute, right. Alright, we'll contact them when we're inbound. So 5-bug is going to be what? 5-bug is 2,500. Hurry down a little bit more. Start slowing down too. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and we'll go heading again. I'm going to go green needles. Did she clear me? Okay, no clearance yet. Just an expect.
Richmond Tower, Endeavour 5064, 12 miles north inbound, ILS runway 16 approach.
Endeavour 5064,
Field
Richmond
right
Tower.
there.
Altimeter 30.26 wind calm, cleared ILS runway 16 approach.
Approach mode. Clear the approach.
Cleared ILS runway 16 approach, Endeavour 5064.
5-bug is the final approach fix here. I gotta start slowing down.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to land. Please remain seated until we have stopped.
Flaps 8. 8, please. Thank you. Flaps 20. Gear down. Flaps 30.
Richmond Tower, Cessna, November 58635.
Flaps
ready at runway
45.
16 departure to the south. Cessna, November 58635.
Land checklist.
Wind calm departure to the south approved.
Now landing gear is down 3 green. Flaps 45. 45. Thrust first arm. Lane check is complete. Clears the land.
Cleared for takeoff. Take off runway 16 Cessna 635.
No, just clear the approach. Alright. I forgot that this is 16 something. We'll straighten it up when we get on course. So 157.
Endeavour 5064 wind calm, clear to land runway 16.
My landing clearance.
Clear to land runway 16, Endeavour 5064.
Alright, I'm gonna kick the autopilot off. Get a feel for it. Why is the flight director way the hell up there? My god. What's going on here? Did it kick the approach mode off? Why did it kick the approach mode off? Should still have the approach mode on. Yeah, that's weird. Okay. I don't know what the deal is.
Richmond Tower Cessna November 58635. Continue for south departure.
Should be grabbing the glide slope. I don't know why it didn't grab. Down the V, clear to land. Doesn't matter, of visual anyway. There it goes, it grabbed the glide slope now. Alright, we're back on. Traffic's departing. Less lag than yesterday. It was lagging out something crazy because I have that add-on visuals in LaGuardia. A little bit high, adjusted. Correcting. Back on.
500.
Stable, continue.
400. 300.
A little low, correcting.
300. 200. 200.
Got a big displaced threshold. Ref plus 5, ref rather.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Spoiler green. 90 knots.
Endeavour 5064 exit runway when able.
That's the runway. I don't want to get off on the runway. Can I get off here?
Cessna 635
Yeah,
leaving my airspace
taxiway.
frequency change approved.
The hell's going on here? Gotta look at this diagram here real fast. Alright, I'll get off at the end here at
Richmond
Lima.
Tower Cessna November 58635 frequency change. Endeavour 5064 turn next taxiway.
There's a fire truck going somewhere. This is where this, I think they have C-17s here at Richmond, if I'm remembering correctly.
Endeavour 5064 contact ground on 121.9er.
This is right here is where they have helicopters. They've
Going
got
to
a bunch of
121.9er,
Black
Endeavour
Hawks there.
5064.
You always see them when
Richmond
we're
ground,
taking
Endeavour
off to this
5064,
runway. You can see
request
them when
taxi
we
to
take
the
off
gate.
3-4.
Endeavour 5064 taxi to gate 4 tree via taxiway Bravo cross runway 25 Bravo cross runway 20 Alpha Delta.
Taxiing to gate
So I gotta
420 using
taxi
taxiway
myself
Bravo cross
because
runway
the
25
game
Bravo cross runway
gives me
20
the wrong
Alpha Delta Endeavour
taxiways, so
5064.
it's not helpful. We'll go ahead, we'll taxi Echo into the gate like we briefed. So not the next taxiway, the one after that. And after landing, whenever. After landing, check is complete. Right, we're clear right, we're clear left, we're clear to cross. Leave those lights on for that. This is crossing runway. I don't get this crossing runway. What the hell is this about? Yeah, this, what the hell is going on here? That's weird. That's supposed to be a taxiway. I don't know why it's got it as a runway. That's where I wanted to turn off, but it might be an old runway, but it's not on my charts. It's not on my charts as a runway. This is definitely Echo. So I don't know what the game's doing. Because there's no 725 on my chart for Richmond. So that's weird. I gotta have buses driving on a taxiway, which is fun. Game's a mess. Get some lights here. That's not what we want to do with that. You see all this weird shit just driving around? It's like, this doesn't add immersion to the game. This is just, it takes immersion from the game. Alright, we're clear right, clear across. Clear left, clear across. Alright, we're gonna go to our proper gate, which is Bravo 12. Should be one of these on the right here. Alright, let's see. It's one of the ones on the end here. It is this one on the end. Let's see if I have a lead-in line I can use. Yeah, right there. Alright. Alright, seatbelt sign off. Engine shut down. First flight of the day. Pump should come on. Pumps come on. Pump, pump, press. There's the other one. Alright, chocks are in place. Flight 10 stores for arrival. Alright, shutdown checklist. Seatbelt signs off. Beacon is off. Generator's electric set. Fuel pumps off. Nose of steering is off. No, it isn't. Nose of steering's off. Probes and shield heat off. Anti-ice off. Hydraulic pumps off. Thrust levers shut off. Transponder standby. Parking brake is set. Shutdown check speed. Alright, good. Let's grab a. You can get the jet bridge. There we go.
Richmond Ground Endeavour 5064, could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
See if we'll do it.
Endeavour 5064, we can't connect the jetway to the aircraft. Please retry later.
Yeah, whatever. Alright, fun. Alright, so that's good. Let's go ahead and just... Alright, so I'm going to finish putting the APUs on. Alright, there we go. That was a good flight into Richmond there. Had to play with it a little bit, but hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you're new and you enjoyed it, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys next one.